Alright, I already unboxed the printer. You can see what the screen is saying there. About adding all the ink. And you see I have 9 of the 10 cartridges. You can see how shiny that thing is. You can see my reflection in it. So anyway, the cartridges, it comes with 10 cartridges. The printer is 20 inches wide. So in other words, from this point to that point is 20 inches. I was hoping I could shove it back here a little bit, but these front doors are full length. So, alright, we're going to put this last cartridge in. They really recommend that you shake these cartridges. Okay? Now, a lot of people, many people, complain and they're all well, it's pointing the wrong way, but anyway, you can see that, you know, they're all labeled. Okay, so each one is labeled, and the labels are up here also going across. Now the blue tape, okay, when you unbox the printer, there's a shitload of them. Okay, all of this is covered with cellophane. This is taped closed around the sides, the top of it, which is right here. That also is covered, taped. You can see all the tape I got sitting back there. So anyway, there's a lots and lots of tape. So anyway, what it does is it takes a while for it to prime. You can see it's working on it. And the reason that it burns through so much ink is because of the tubes. Because you can figure there's tubes that have to run from here down to the print head for each one of these. And it takes a lot of ink. Also, what people complain about is there's also supposed to be a light down in here when it's printing, you can see. They told me to close the lid so it could go through its little routine. It takes a few minutes for it to go through the routine. Now with these cartridges, with the ink cartridges, a lot of people, when they give a rating of the unit, they bitch about ink. Well, ever since, yeah, you can see it's going through a whole routine there. Yeah, it's installing, do not open. Takes about 15 minutes, so I'm not going to, you know, no reason to stand there for 15 minutes. I'm scruffy. I haven't felt like shaving. But anyway, it's when the inkjet printers first came out, the same thing. They always give you enough ink to get you going, and that's it. So yes, you have to spend another $380 on ink for the printer, depending on how much you use it. Common question is, well, how many prints do you get? You can't really answer that, because let's say, okay, like let's say you're taking the Oreo Nebula, okay, and you're doing that. This is a raw dusty image. That's a raw, anyway, this is a, yeah, it's a raw image that I took, that I just threw on the floor. Anyway, it's a raw image, and you can see, you know, there's a lot more dark, there's a lot more violets and purples and stuff, so there's a lot of colors involved here. So if you were to print that, the black, there's matte black, flat black, the 2 color grays, so there's 4. You would burn through quite a bit of the black doing that. If you're doing a facial or you know, portrait, if you're doing a portrait, depending on what the background is, depending on the dress or tux he has on. Dress would be on a woman, okay? So depending on what she's wearing in the photograph or what he's wearing. So there's so many variables when you ask people, Well, how long does the ink last? It varies. My other Epson printer, I couldn't get ink for it anymore. So that's why I had to replace it. The inks ran out all at different times, and it really was dependent. And that was a photo printer. It's not just a regular inkjet that you run paper through. But anyway, these initial cartridges are just that. They're initial cartridges. They're not going to be full of ink, and you would think, yes, you would think for an $800 printer that they would give you full cartridges, but they make their money on the ink. So they know you're going to have to spend $380. Well, should I buy one? Or what color should I buy? Hard to say. After this finishes its setup, I will show you the level of the ink cartridges. Okay, I'll show that to you. This is an extra cartridge. But anyway, if you look at it, you can see right there where it says initial cartridge. Okay, so it's not full. The replacements are 25 milliliter. Okay, I had some problems with B&H over a printer, same printer. That's another video. But anyway, they refused to make it right, and they kept insisting it had a warranty. I'm like, Epson says there's no warranty, that it expired. So it had no warranty. Finally, anyway. But so anyway, make sure you shake the ink. Put them all in there. It'll go through its priming, so it'll drain these. And then the waste tank, also, there's a waste tank. Also, there's already a waste tank. Anyway, there's already a waste tank installed when you get it. But it weighs so much ink, okay? It weighs so much ink that the waste tank supposedly is almost full by the time that it does that, because it's trying to get all the air pockets and everything out of the ink. So anyway, we'll come back to the printer after it finishes its setup. Then we'll do the software, which I'm already installing on the computer, but I'll show that also. As you can see, it finished initializing. It took at least, I don't know, 15-20 minutes, something like that. And you can see it says initialization complete. Some ink from the ink cartridge was used for filling ink to the tip of the nozzle. Okay, there you go. It should be ready to use. And you can see, I mean, later, well, it load paper, but you can see the menu, and then there's all kinds of maintenance things, and there's a whole bunch, which I could probably run through. Now, when you install the software for it, okay, oops, wrong way. Okay, where's it at? There it is. This is software. Actually, it would be better to actually do that, record the screen. But why do that? So anyway, wait for the printer to finish charging the ink before hitting next. And there you go. Okay. Because obviously he wants to make sure that the everything is working, that the printer showed up. Yeah. I could have just recorded the screen, I guess, rather than doing it this way. But anyway, you can see, so, once you unpack it, you get your cartridges in. It wants you to print a test page, as you can see, and then if it goes good, you hit next, and then it'll finish installing. But I'll go over the printer and different settings and that. I will be doing that for you. Picture, it's transferred from the computer. Now if you look down inside here, you can see as it prints, you can see the light down in there. Maybe if I zoom out. Anyway, you can see it slowly printing the picture. Okay, the photo, see. So that's pretty cool that they have a light in there so you can see the progress. This is a 4x6 print, and you can see it actually does it pretty quick. But that's nice with the lid, so you can, you know, with the lid, with the light, so you can see it. So that's pretty handy, in case you want to see if it's printing okay or whatever, you know. Okay, so it's almost done printing. It prints it pretty quick. Like I say, it's a 4x6 print. And let's see how she looks. Now you got to remember this photo was taken, actually that's not too bad. This photograph was taken with an old camera. The colors aren't real vibrant. The yellows to me should be a lot brighter than that. But it's still not bad. But I didn't do any settings. This printer was just on the settings it is, and I told it photo glossy paper, and that's it. I didn't tell it anything else. So anyway, you can see it does a pretty good job. Considering, like I say, this photograph was done on a old... Anyway, it's back from 2020, so it's 3-year-old. This is a print of the moon, obviously. Printed on the P700 Epson printer. It is enhanced a little bit, thus the different coloration instead of black and white or grays. So I did enhance it a little bit, but you can see it does really a good job. And this is with the these here, it's dumpster. These are the photos that I printed. You can see Orion Nebula there. Okay, a couple of smaller shots of it. Okay, also some 4x6s. Sorry, dumpster. A couple of 4x6s there. You can see it really does, well, I'm overshadowing it. Some of these are glossy paper, and that's why you can see the lights in it. I didn't think about that. Well, you could always block the light, there we go. And so anyway, you can see these photographs, zoom it back out. These photographs have a lot of dark, but it really depends on how the light hits it, doesn't it? Yeah. Get rid of the reflection, you can kind of see. This paper here is gloss. A lot of these are gloss. This is luster paper here. This one's printed on luster paper. So you can see there is a little bit of difference. But that's part of the reflections coming from outside. Anyway, I also printed, this is the moon, obviously, no shit. That's the moon, shot at 8x10 of the moon. I have another one out in the observatory that's a closer shot of the moon. So you can see, you know, and going by the ink levels, it still hasn't run out of ink. You can see that's why I printed the same photograph on different things so you could actually see what the pictures look like, what the photos look like. Now, some of them are enhanced, okay? This one here is partly enhanced. That's a normal shot. That's another normal shot. These are two normal shots. That's a close-up shot there. Now, I don't know if I printed that with this printer, or that might have been my old printer. I'm not really sure, because that's an old photograph. So anyway, I'll get some more shots of it and as it prints and what have you too. I'm just getting shots because this video here was on the Epson P700 printer. So I want to get shots of different photographs that I printed, and I still have not replaced any of the cartridges that came with the unit. So that's all I'm going to do is show pictures that I printed. Obviously, the moon. Then you have the booster there with the American flag. I love that American flag up there, so way to go, SpaceX. And then I could pause it and then swing around, or I could make you dizzy and go like this. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Another shot of the moon that I printed. And you can see that's mostly dark. So that used a lot of the gray. So I just wanted to get a shot of that. And I'll get a shot of other photographs that I printed also. But I just wanted to give you a shot of it. Look at that. America. America. We landed on the moon first. Yeah, we did get some equipment and stuff from overseas suppliers, but that's not what this is about. Just another shot of photos that I printed. Obviously of my cats. And more shots of more cats. These are all printed with the Epson 700 printer. Pictures that I took outside. Reflection. That's Colorado. When I was up there for technical training. Then some more flowers from the yard. Okay. And then more flowers from the yard. Okay. Another one from the yard. And I believe. And there's one there. There's my ink levels there. And remember, these are the... Am I crooked or is the monitor crooked? Anyway, you can see the gray and the light gray are almost empty. So it's questionable. So if you're to print a larger print, it kind of gets an idea when a file transfers to the printer and how much ink it's going to use. So it may pop up and say, hey, replace this shit. So anyway, you can just see, you know, the blue, violet, yellow, you know, those are all good. The black is definitely getting low. But anyway, like I say, I've printed well over 40 photographs, probably closer to 50. Now, one of the biggest complaints, which I've already gone into, I'm showing it's ready. One of the things that is bad about the printer is the surface here. Let's see if I can turn the light on. The surface scratches extremely easy. Get some of this dust off of it. But you can see just me wiping it, you can see where it scratched it. That's a reflection of a wire right there. But anyway, you can see this plastic is very easily scratched. So even dusting it off, you know, you'd have to be really, really careful. But it's going to get scratched. You know, unless you plan on, keeping it covered. But if you set anything on here, and you can see all the little tiny scratches, which to me doesn't make a difference, but I do have a set, all that tape was just to show you some of the tape they use, because they tape the hell out of it so nothing shifts. I had a bunch of tape here on the side too. I'm going to throw it all away, but I just wanted to get a shot of that. So anyway, I have printed using this printer. Is that zoomed in or out? My arm's not long enough. So anyway, with this, the P700 printer, I've printed probably well over 40 photographs. Earlier I showed you some of the 8x10s I printed of the moon and that, so it's almost impossible to say how long they're going to last. Okay? Because it depends on your photographs. But anyway, I've printed well over 40 photographs, maybe even 50. And I'm still using the initial ink cartridges. I haven't ran out yet. Now, the ink cartridges are getting, 2 of them are getting low. I know there's a way to bring it up I could show you. So anyway, definitely well worth the printer. I haven't had any problems with it. Other than, like I say, when I originally ordered from B&H, they sold me a unit without a warranty. And they're like, oh no, it has a warranty, but they're assholes. So anyway, I did do a video on B&H if you want to see me bash them. So anyway, papers. Okay, the thinner papers will curl up on the edges. Okay, heavier papers will not. Now, some of the photographs that I printed Well, these are kind of curling a little bit, these ones here, but not much. I had some very old, yeah, I probably already framed them all. Anyway, I had some very old Canon paper. And anyway, I had some old Canon paper that I had, and it's a thinner paper. It's not very heavyweight. And when you print on those, the ends of them really curl. So the advantage of having a heavier paper simply is so they don't curl. And that's really the only reason that I personally feel. I've been doing photography. I went to school for it a long time ago. And so anyway, the printer is well worth the money. Just don't buy it from B&H because they could fuck you. And watch when you purchase it. Make sure it has a United States of America warranty. Because a lot of these online companies, even Amazon, some of the printers that they sell will not have a warranty because they're supposed to be sold in South America. So these companies are getting them cheap. And they bring them up and sell them in the USA. And you think, wow, that's a good deal. Yeah, it's a good deal, but there's no warranty. So keep that in mind. If you want to subscribe, hit the little B in the bottom right-hand corner. And I'm up over 300 subscribers. Hit that smash up. Hit the smash up. Does that make sense? Hit the thumbs up. Smash the thumbs up. Whatever. Algorithm. And I've got over 146,000 views. Crazy, right? Something like 13,000 hours of watch time. So anyway, appreciate you watching.